think he would do against Ryan Garcia?
Actually, I haven't looked at that and, put it into a perspective where I could say what happens to be for sure. But in my estimation right now, Tank either wins by knockout or, he could be in a tough fight.
What do you make of Ryan Garcia not taking like a tune-up fight right before the Tank matchup? I mean, he's been out a long time. I don't know. He's not taking an in-between fight.
Everything to every individual is different. So we don't know what led him to decide not to take the fight. And if you've been doing this as long as these guys have, you figure out ways to get yourself prepared without necessarily taking a tune-up fight. Is it better? Yeah, in a lot of ways it is, but it's not the 100% proof that you'll either be successful in your next fight or not. So, each individual has to make their own decisions. I don't know what his decision was that led him to that. I would like to see him from a fan perspective, see him fight, because it would be great to see both of them fight around the same time and be able to get a visual of that. But, the unknown is great as well. You don't know what you're going to get, and we'll find out what we're going to get this Saturday, and, we'll find out what we'll get from them when they fight.
If it even happens, right? If Tank were to beat Hector Garcia on Saturday, if he were to beat him, obviously Ryan Garcia and Tank are talking about fighting. How does that speed matchup play out between those two guys?
Tank?
Between Tank and Ryan.
Both of them fast, man. Tank is fast and powerful. Ryan is fast and powerful too. But I think Tank gonna take him out. I think Tank will win that fight. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. You know what I mean? But remember this: when you got punching power, anything can happen in the game. You know what I mean? But being smart, I like Tank. He's smart. People don't understand how smart he is, man. He can box, he can punch. You know what I mean? And you saw that when he fought Cruz. And I told everybody he can box. You know what I mean? I said he can box, man. They might never see him box. And then when he messed his hand up on Cruz, what happened? He outboxed him with one hand. And everybody called me up on the phone and said, "Man, you was right." I said, "I told you." I know the young kid when he's in the amateur.
Oh, you saw Tank in the amateurs too?
Oh yeah. That was around almost the same. Yeah, with my other sons too. Yeah.
What do you remember from Tank in the amateurs? Was he kind of a standout off the bat? You were like,
come right out, man.
Special?
Bang you up, try to knock you out, man. Yeah, dangerous, man. They've always been dangerous.
That's awesome. Boozy, thank you so much for your time, man. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Ryan, I know you've obviously game planned for Tank, and a lot of people, I want to say the judges too, had Rolly winning, the Tank fight until he got caught.
Yeah.
Do you foresee something like that happen with the Ryan fight, as far as maybe like Ryan putting in rounds in the bank and just having to be cautious?
I just feel like when it comes to Ryan, the strong mind is not as strong as Rolly's or Tank, and I know that it takes will, heart, and some power to back Tank up. If you cannot back him up, he's gonna just play with you like he did with the other guys. He didn't play with Rolly because he didn't want him to play with. But everybody's not Rolly, you know what I'm saying? And Rolly, because of the little bit of inexperience he had compared to Tank, it showed and gave Tank the victory. But with Ryan got to gain a lot of cacahuates, a lot of huevos, you know what I'm saying, and a strong mind. And he could do it if he do that, but I don't see that. I see Tank dominating.
Another big fight. Hopefully we get again. It's kind of pending a few things, but Tank versus Ryan seems to be on a collision course April 15th this year. Tank, again, just kind of did his thing in January. Kind of downloaded information the first couple rounds and started putting the pressure on Hector Garcia. I don't know if you saw that fight.
I didn't see the fight, but I've always thought that Tank was an exceptional talent. He may be. The problem that I saw was that he was a little too small for the weight that he was fighting in sometimes. Because he has issues with weight. All fighters have issues with weight. Now, back then I would have said, a year ago I would have said it's a 70-30 fight for me for Tank. Okay? Today I say it's a 50-50 fight, but the only reason the catalyst for me is Joe Goosen. Joe Goosen is a no-nonsense kind of coach. He's going to drill the fundamentals into Garcia. If Garcia is paying attention, he makes it an even fight for me. If he's not paying attention and listens to what Joe Goosen sage knowledge is, then he's in trouble.
You've seen improvements from Ryan since he's been with Joe.
We haven't seen him fight, really, have we?
He fought twice, right?
I didn't see the fights, but I'm not following as much as maybe as I should have. But Joe's gonna make a difference if he listens. Yeah. And I'll tell you, and it's every fighter that's been with Joe, you can see the difference. You can see them improve. You can see them get better. You can see them more focused. You can see them better punchers. You can see them better fighters. So if he listens to him and doesn't allow his circle to influence anything that he's doing other than what Joe is asking him to do, and I think he does very well.
Is that, again, kind of like a set traps type fight as well between Ryan and Tank? They're both very fast,
Joe is not a set and traps kind of guy. Joe's going to teach you how to use your skills, go out and beat the heck out of somebody, and Ryan's got exceptional hand speed. He was just a little too amateurish before. I think with Joe, he's going to become that seasoned pro that he needs to be.
Another big fight that's on the horizon, hopefully this year, Tank versus Ryan. Stylistically, when you look at that fight, just kind of picking your boxing mind, how does it play out in the ring? Is it like a set traps type of fight? Is it like some guy's going to break the other guy down?
Because both guys is big punchers, and both of them are real fast and twitchy. I can see it not being as exciting as everybody wants it to be, because both of them, even though they're big punchers, they're a little bit careful because they got the reflexes to kind of like pick a shot instead of just like taking a bunch of shots just to give one shot. So it might not be like overly exciting, but it's going to be like a lot of drama throughout the fight because everybody knows it can end in one punch. You know what I mean? So sometimes a fight is not exciting like punch for punch, like say God in War, but it's so much drama because it can end at any moment. You're still like on the edge of your seat because it's like, oh my God, did you I think it has the potential to be one of them kind of fights.
Do you lean one way or the other winner-wise?
I love Joe Goosen. I love Jonathan, man. They're great guys. I think Joe Goosen's a great. Matter of fact, I just told him congratulations on going to the Hall of Fame. I think he's. I
want to say Ryan's actually in Miami with Pedro Diaz.
He's not training with Joe Goosen?
I don't think so, because last I saw he was in Miami with Pedro Diaz.
Oh man, see, I don't keep up with that stuff. Let me take that back then. I didn't know he wasn't training with Joe Goosen.
I don't want to say for a fact, but I did see him. So I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't want to speak for that because I don't know. Yeah. I thought Joe Goosen was his trainer. But I see it being a very, very high drama type of fight. But I give Tank the edge. I think Tank is better than anybody realizes. I think he is a great fighter who just hasn't had the dance partner for people to recognize what he is. I think Ryan has got a lot of offensive talent, but I just don't know if he's what Tank is. I think Tank is special, and he has a knack for hitting you. He has a clutch gene for hitting you with the shot he needs to hit you with. He knows how to lure you into things, man. I don't know if his instincts, I don't know if he was taught that. Whatever it is, he applies it to a fight. And he reminds me of a mix of like Mike Tyson and Zab Judah. With a little bit of Prince Nassim in there where he can kind of like hit you from like weird angles with shots you don't think you can get that kind of leverage on, but he's hitting you with them. And he's not tall, he got short arms, but he knows his range and he can sneak you in the range. And I don't know if Ryan know enough to know when Tank is going to be setting him up. You know what I mean? Tank know how to set you up and you don't even know it. So I do think Ryan can win, but if you're asking me who's going to win and who I would feel more comfortable picking, it would be Tank, man. He's a money fighter. He comes through in the clutch when he needs to. And he just, people say he loses rounds and he gets outboxed. But that's only for a few rounds until he kind of collects that data and intel on you, and then boom, he turns your lights out.
Right.
So for that to keep happening over and over again in fights, that lets you know that he's a special fighter. And I think Ryan is a tremendous fighter too. I just haven't seen enough of him at that level. You know, like he has the fight against Luke Campbell, but other than that, he really hasn't been at like top 10-ish kind of level. Like people talk about the guys Tank fighting, and he's not fighting Hall of Famers, but he's fighting better guys than Ryan is. You know, so I lean Tank.
Steven, always great talking to you, man. Great boxing knowledge. I see on the comments all the time whenever I have an interview with you, everyone's always like, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. Steven, tell the fans where they can follow you and possibly see some of the build-up for March 25th.
Breadman Boxing on Twitter. I think that's what. I don't even know my own Twitter.
You got it. I think it is. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Thank you, Steven. Appreciate it.
Coming up, hopefully next year, Tank versus Ryan. How do you and break down that fight for me? Analyze that one.
Man, you know, I think Tank Davis is gonna win the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's faced a better competition. I think that his skill set and his depth. It's all about depth. Because he has more depth. I think that's the key, and you'll see it. He's more intelligent, I believe. And he's just faced a bigger and better challenges. I'm not saying Garcia has not faced good challenges, but I believe that Tank has faced the bigger and better challenges, and he's been able to come through with flying colors.
Stylistically in the ring, visually, what does it look like? How do you think between those?
I can't call that. I just know it's not Facebook, it's not Instagram. So that's all I got to say about that.
That's where all the fights are happening, on Twitter. What do you mean? That's where the fights happen in 2022.
This is not Facebook and not Instagram, so it's not YouTube. So it's a real fight. So I think that we'll see two great guys fighting, and I just believe that Tank has more depth, more skill.
Basically, kind of the chess match. I feel it's going to be. It's going to be like a matter of kind of like whoever's speed gets to the other one first.
You know what, man? This is a very interesting fight, man. You know, we all know that Ryan Garcia is a fucking good, talented fighter, gifted fighter. You know, Tank is a monster, man. You know, he's fought pretty much all the styles, and he's been more active. Ryan Garcia, you know, was a little bit going on with them. You know, I think he's back. He's, in my opinion, I think he would. In my opinion, I think he should have taken like another fight or two, just to get back 100%, and he will be unstoppable too. But right now, I'm excited. I want to see that fight. It is going to be a very exciting fight because he has a really good left hook. He has the height, he has the speed, but Tank has all that experience, man, and he's fucking good too. So, man, I can't wait for that fight. To be honest with you, that's one of the fights that I'm hoping that it happens because I'm really excited about it.
El último, Ryan Garcia está peleando con Tank Davis, es una buena pelea. Tú tenías Ryan por unos 2-3 peleas, yo pienso. ¿Qué piensas de esa pelea?
Es una pelea buena, es una pelea complicada para los dos, pero siento yo que Ryan tiene todo para ganar. Es un peleador más espigado, un peleador que con un solo golpe puede acabar una pelea. Todo es cuestión de que haga un buen plan de pelea y un buen entrenamiento, y creo que debe de ganar.
¿Qué estrategia necesita hacer Ryan para Tank?
Pues tirar golpes, trabajar bien su distancia, trabajar bien su mano izquierda y nada más prepararse bien y enfocarse en la pelea, enfocarse a la hora de estar peleando round por round.
Y